Good morning, Leo. All right. My name's Ben. Welcome to your reading. And like I always tell you guys, energy is fluid, doesn't have labels, doesn't have parameters, so yep. I always forget my intro. Whatever you need to know is probably in the description box. And yeah, so let's hop into your reading. Thank you all for your support. I greatly appreciate it. All of you, every single one. Okay, so we're going to do our usual past, present, future, but seeing how my last reading went with the Cancer reading, we'll see what happens. So, alright, let's see. Got the Four of Cups coming out. I'll keep that in mind. And the Six of Wands. So you could be feeling like something's holding you back from a victory. So let's see. Look at that. Came right back out. Every day. I forget to start the timer. Okay. Never fails. So I guess technically that means I always remember not to start it. Okay. Alright. So I'm going to pull clarifiers, but it looks like this, I mean, there is some love to this, but I'm seeing this more as like personal growth for you, which is great. So let's pull some clarifiers. Like, wow. I just said it sounds like major change and growth for you, right? And you got Death and the Tower, the two biggest change and transition cards in the whole deck. Like, bruh. Okay. So yeah, it's gonna be one of those readings. I see how this is going. We just had the Lionsgate Portal 2, which is 8/8. So that, of course, is going to greatly affect your energy. Anyone with Leo placement in their chart. My moon sign is Leo, so I know it was fucking me up too. Alright. Okay, so, yeah. So in the past, you were a little heartless, okay? I'm just going to tell you exactly what I'm seeing. So it looks like in the past, you were very rigid, very closed off emotionally. It looks like from, just life in general, you kind of just, you got sick of, either people letting you down or people hurting you or whatever it was. So you became this Queen of Swords, okay? And now this is going to go two ways. Don't lie to yourself. If this applies to you, admit it, okay? Either you were creating a lot of gossip about other people, because the Queen of Swords can also be, kind of vindictive in that way. But at the same time, if that doesn't apply to you, because you were in the Queen of Swords energy, other people were talking about you, okay? Because the Queen of Swords, she's so rigid and sharp, and quick to cut people off because she's been through so much, but other people don't see it that way. The way that they see it is, wow, that's an asshole. Like, what a bitch. You know what I mean? They're not gonna see it like what's truly going on. They're just gonna see what's on the surface, So people were probably talking about saying like, oh, this person's an asshole. This person, doesn't care about other people, when that's far from the truth, right? But in the past, that's how people were perceiving you, okay? But besides that, you were trying to build, right? You were trying to build something. It could have been in a work environment, but personally, I just think it's about you in general. You were trying to rebuild yourself and come out of this Queen of Swords energy. And with the Wheel of Fortune here, something happened that made you do that. It could have even been, quarantine for some people. It really makes people stop and think. So that's what you were doing in the past, right? You were trying to work on yourself. While that was going on, it looks like you met somebody or you realized that you have feelings for somebody, okay? Which, of course, it always happens at, like, the worst time, right? Or what most people consider, like, the worst time. Because everything's divine timing. But it looks like you had, a very strong connection with somebody, right? Either twin flame or soulmate, take it how it fits. But you were not at all even close to being ready for any sort of relationship or dating because you were already going through your own stuff. You know what I mean? Like this Queen of Swords is not ready for a relationship. That's somebody who has to deal with their inner pain and, you know, handle what's bothering them on the inside. So, and this person here wanted a victory with you with that Six of Wands. They wanted things to work out, but they felt like you were holding back, which is very accurate. This right here is the Leo card of the Major Arcana, which is strength, okay? They felt like you were holding back, which is 100% accurate, because you were. So that's past energy, okay? And this can either be you or your person, switch it if you need to, but I'm going to stick to one storyline so it doesn't get confusing. So presently, okay? Now, your focus is the Hermit energy, okay? That is going within and dealing with what you need to deal with, like all the pain you hold inside, all the you know, the anger, the resentment, the really anything. Whatever you hold and you push down is what the Hermit deals with, okay? And quarantine, for a lot of people, that's what they're doing because they don't really have, you know, most people are staying inside. They don't really have much to do. Most people aren't used to that because most people led a very busy life up to this point. So now you're starting to figure things out, okay? And look at that. You've now transformed into the Queen of Wands, which I like much better to see than the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords, of course, everybody and every card has good and bad qualities, right? So, but this was a very out of balance Queen of Swords that you were, okay? So now this Queen of Wands is a step in the right direction. So now you are finding your power again. You're regaining your strength here. You could have a black cat, but that's not important. It just represents intuition. So you're finding your purpose back. You have sunflowers here, which is also for Leo, because it represents the sun. And with the Knight of Swords, you feel, it's almost like you feel like you're not healing fast enough, which you don't ever think that because you can't rush healing. Otherwise, that wouldn't be healing, right? It's going to take time for you to do that. But in the beginning, like I said, you almost feel like something's keeping you from that victory when we had the Four of Cups and the Six of Wands pop out. Since the Six of Wands was in regards to this lovers here, you could be feeling like you're not healing fast enough to be with your person or this person that you have a very strong connection with. And don't think that, because if you rush your healing, you are not going to be where you're meant to be with that person, okay? You have to be completely healed and completely ready. Both of you do, but I'm talking about you here. You have to be completely healed and completely ready before you're ready for any sort of relationship, because any baggage that you have will carry over into a relationship. So in your mental space, you have the Two of Wands, the Three of Swords, and the Empress. So the Two of Wands, that's good, okay? I'd rather see that than the Two of Pentacles, because the Two of Pentacles is juggling back and forth and, you know, kind of giving to two different things and not making a decision. But the Two of Wands is different, okay? The Two of Wands, at least in this deck, it represents that you are deciding, should I stay out here in the open where I know things are safe, or should I go into this dark tunnel with the Hierophant who's doing this and telling me to come with him? That's kind of like, this is your spirit guides like baiting you into the darkness, like trying to pull you into the dark side, right? In a good way. By dark side, I mean the hermit, you know, going within yourself and addressing your shadow self, okay? So on one hand, you have me and like, you know, probably your spirit guides telling you to deal with your problems, but you on the outside, you're like, I don't know if I want to do that. No one likes to do that, okay? It's not fun, but it's necessary, okay? Because look at this. This is you. This is literally like you in a nutshell right now. You are awesome. You are the Empress, okay? You are the ultimate feminine energy of the whole deck. This has nothing to do with gender. Just listen to me, okay? I know I say that in every reading. But this is also you, all right? You have the biggest heartbreak in the tarot. So you have the biggest heartbreak, and you're also the strongest person. You see what I'm saying here? So, and that always goes hand in hand. The greater the pain, the greater the triumph. So you have to deal with it, okay? If you deal with it, it'll transmute into, into power, okay? Into willpower. But if you ignore it, it's going to drain your energy, okay? So in your heart space, you have the Magician, Death, and the Seven of Wands. Okay. The reason I'm kind of like playful right now, but also serious, telling you to like deal with your shit, is because trust me, I know. Okay, I'm a Leo moon. I get it. We're very stubborn. We think we know everything sometimes, but we don't. Okay, you gotta listen to me here. You need to stop being so defensive. All right, you need to just let it go, let it down, and trust me, I know that's a lot easier said than done because I have a resting bitch face. Okay, I'm a very smiley, playful person, but if I'm like out somewhere, it's just my default face. Like that's you, okay? You have a very like stoic appearance, okay? So people, and that adds to the way people talk about you, okay? It doesn't matter what people think of you, I'm just playing, but so you gotta drop that, all right? Because it's also keeping you from manifesting, because when you're defensive, you're putting out fear energy, okay? And some people are like, well, how can defending myself be fear? That's me being like strong or protecting myself. No, it's not. It's actually not. Because when you're protecting yourself, you are saying that you are scared of being vulnerable, okay? Which is, I can clearly see that. You have a very big problem with being emotionally vulnerable, okay? Even physically vulnerable for some of you. That needs to change. Hence the death card, okay? That also came out in the beginning of the reading. Cut that shit out, okay? Let it go. You need to open up. You need to chill, okay? I don't know, like whatever you do to relax, like play video games, like if you smoke, you can smoke, whatever you gotta do, just relax, okay? Because you need to like open up, all right? And while you're going within, like I said, it's not a fun process, okay? I know I'm making light of this because it's a heavy subject, but you have to deal with it. And while you're dealing with it, you have to do things that cheer you up, that make you happy, okay? Like for me, I play video games, okay? Whenever I'm dealing with something, I take half the time to deal with that problem, and then I dedicate the other half of the time to playing a game, because you have to balance it out with something that you know refills your energy and makes you feel good, okay? Because if you spend all your time trying to heal and fix yourself, you're just going to become miserable, because that's a lot of heavy energy that you're dealing with. That's you constantly being in this energy. You have to balance it out with the Empress, okay? Half and half. Or if you're not comfortable doing half and half, start small. Start 25 healing, 75 fun. As long as you're working on it in some way, okay? That you have to start somewhere. So then you got the Ace of Swords, the Three of Wands, and the Ace of Cups. So now look where we are. We have two aces, okay? So we're getting there. We're moving along. You're slowly like cracking off that wall, okay? You're getting there. And with the Ace of Swords, I see this as you starting to open up to somebody, okay? Because Ace of Swords is communication. It's a brand new start in communication. So it's going to feel like something that you are not used to, that you've never done before, because it's brand new, right? So, and I see you opening up to this two of Cups. I meant King of Cups, but Two of Cups is here too. So I feel like this is going to be the person that you had the connection with, okay? So whoever in the past, when you were kind of like an asshole, just playing, but when you were in that Queen of Swords energy, right, and that person you felt the connection with, you're going to be opening up to them, okay? They're the King of Cups. They're going to show you that you can be emotionally vulnerable with me. You know, you can be open with me, because I am the king of the emotional soup, okay? I can handle that, and I know how to, you know, what's the word I want? Like reassure you, you know what I mean? And make you feel comforted. It's probably the best way I can put it. Because if you'd have seen like the King of Pentacles here, which we have over here, but that's representing you in a minute. But if they'd have been like the King of Pentacles, it would have been someone who is very, very stable, very grounded, and can take care of you, especially, you know, physically and financially. But they're not, like, emotion is not the King of Pentacles strong suit, okay? So it's meant to be that this person that you're having a connection with is the King of Cups. They have mastered emotion, because you need to open up. Okay, so the universe will always send you somebody to help you along your healing process, and that's who this person is, okay? And with Two of Cups, it's also a very strong soul connection for you as well. So before I get into future energy, let me just finish this. We have the King of Pentacles, the Page of Swords, and the Emperor. Okay, this is very similar to what I was saying in the past. I remember here how people were talking about you and saying, like, what's wrong with that person? Like, why are they such a Queen of Swords? You know what I mean? Like I said, who cares what people think of you? But it's good to realize that, so you know, you see yourself through other people's perspective. It can help you learn yourself more as well. So now, You are going to transform into the King of Pentacles, okay? You're going to be the one that, regains your stability and starts to figure yourself back out, and you come into the Emperor status here, okay? So Emperor and Empress are the same thing. Like I said, it's just the two different energies of the deck, regardless of gender. So now you're going to be coming back into your power, okay? And the people that were talking about you, or like I said, don't lie to yourself. If you were the one spreading rumors, that's going to stop. You're going to evolve out of that energy, okay? And for the people that are talking about you, they're going to be, inspired by you and looking at you like, wow, that person really went from, an asshole to someone that I really admire. You know what I mean? You are always somebody to admire, but in other people's perspective, like I said, they don't see the Queen of Swords as a very friendly person. You know what I mean? The King of Pentacles is a very friendly and caring person, okay? So while you're going through transformation, people usually don't like you. And that goes for anybody. That goes for me too. Like when I'm dealing with shit, I try my best not to project it on other people. Usually I just lock myself away somewhere and deal with it. But people are going to look at you like, why isn't that person like smiley and happy? They're not gonna look at the real situation and be like, oh, it's because they're dealing with something. Most people don't think of that, okay? So now once you've transformed here, which is what you're getting to, you're gonna start to re-inspire the people around you, is what I'm saying, okay? So in the future, like I said, you're going to be communicating with that King of Cups, okay? They're going to help you open up emotionally. But also, they're going to help you because you've been in the devil energy, okay? The devil energy is Capricorn energy, but it doesn't have to be. It's just, I like to mention that if it stands out to me. So it's Capricorn energy. It can be very stubborn, but it's also very dedicated, okay? But the downfall to Capricorn energy, which is why it's represented as a devil, is because they're so committed and dedicated to what they set their mind to. If they set it to the wrong thing, right, to something that's unhealthy for them, they're still going to be just as dedicated to it because that's an aspect of their, of Capricorn. They're very dedicated and extremely reliable. They're great people, but when they do that for the wrong people, they usually end up in really shitty situations, okay? It's like when you're giving to somebody that doesn't deserve it, it's like you're doing it out of the goodness of your heart, but it's draining you and it's not healthy for you, okay? So you've been in that energy where you were giving your attention to things that were not deserving of you. That's probably how you ended up in the Queen of Swords energy anyway, because you were always getting let down and hurt by other people. So that's what you're evolving out of, okay? And instead, you're coming into this Four of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles energy. Now you're going to be looking back on that stuff and being like, why did I want that? Like, what drew me to that situation? Which is what the Hermit shows you. It'll show you why you are attracted to those situations. So once you evolve out of that, this person is going to be helping you. And this doesn't have to be romantic, by the way. It could be someone that you just have a very strong connection with, okay? Doesn't have to be romantic, because I know it's not going to be for everybody. So with the Four of Wands here, this is the 1111 card. You could be seeing that number. And for the people that this does apply to, it's probably a soulmate or a twin flame if it's romantic. And then you have Justice with the Two of Swords and the Star. The Star represents healing, which is what you've been doing. Justice is taking control back of your life and bringing, justice and truth and communication and balance back to the situation. The black and white here represents the balance of yin and yang, your higher self and your shadow self. And you've been dealing with your shadow self, which is great. But like I said, remember to do it like 50-50 max. You don't want to do, too much. You'll burn yourself out. And then with the Two of Swords here, you're going to be taking off this blindfold. Okay, you're not going to be so closed off anymore. And then Five of Cups, Three of Cups, and Six of Pentacles. You're no longer going to be feeling like you're alone and like everybody abandons you. Okay, because that's how the Queen of Swords feels. She feels like everyone abandons you and you always get let down and hurt. So instead, you're going to be shifting into the Three of Cups energy, which is rejoicing and celebration. You're going to be feeling that like camaraderie and companionship with other people, which is great, okay? And then the Six of Pentacles is the same thing. People are now going to be giving back to you, the new people that you're going to be associating with, because when you go through change and transition, you're not going to vibrate at the same level that you were, right? So you're going to vibrate to new people who match your current vibration, okay? So the new people that you're going to be involved with, they're going to be much healthier. Okay, they're not going to be that toxic energy, which is great. All right. So yeah, so get your shit together. All right. I'm just playing, and I know it's hard. I know it's really difficult, but you're doing great, right? That's why I'm trying to, I'm poking fun at you because it's fun, and I'm trying to light up the situation. So that's what I have for you. Okay, you're doing fantastic. You're doing great. Don't take things too seriously. All right. That's why I keep joking with you here. Don't take it so serious. Okay, because it is serious. But if you dwell on how serious it is, you won't, you'll depress yourself. Okay, so lighten it up, do something fun. You're doing fantastic, but just keep going. Okay, keep doing your thing. You're doing great. So that's what I have for you. I hope you enjoyed and have a great day.